Hi, today I'm going to show you how to use Glogster to create your own glog, and this could be a glog related to whatever type of assignment that you have your students doing. But today what we're going to do is create a glog that deals with what is the most important thing in life. And so this was one of the assignments I had my students do, and so I'm going to create a new glog that shows that I believe family is the most important thing in life. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to my dashboard in Glogster. At this point, you should have an account in Glogster, and so when you get to your dashboard, you will see something that looks like this. And so I'm going to create a new glog, so I will select Create New Glog, and it's going to give me these different templates that I can start with. And the one I'm going to use is the poster glog because that one is pretty simple and I'm not sure how I want my glog to look. So I think I'm going to start with a simple glog and I'll choose poster glog. And it gives me, and let's let it load a little bit. Okay, so it gives me a few things on it already that I'm not going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this drag and drop what you want from tools because this just lets me know that I need to use the tool bar. So I'm going to delete this. And if you notice, I highlighted this by clicking on it. And I'm going to select the trash can to delete it. And also I don't need the arrow because I already know that I'm going to use this toolbar here. So I'm going to click on the arrow. And I'm going to also delete this. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is start with the images that I want on my glog. Now what I would suggest you do for your class is have your students choose their images beforehand, before they actually start putting them on the glog, and save them in a folder. That way when they start to put the images on the glog, they're able to access them very easily. So I'm going to select Image on the toolbar. Now I actually have some images already loaded into, and these are the images I had loaded beforehand. But if you want to know how to load images into your Glog account, what you do is you click on this upload. And so basically I'm going to just upload them again. Okay, so I'm going to go to the folder I want to use, which is Images for Glogster. And here are my images. So what I would do is select all of my images. The good thing about Glogster is you can upload images in bulk. Now if you find that the upload is taking a long time, it's probably because the images are too large. And if that's the case, you can either use an editing tool to shrink them or to find just different pictures. Since I've done this twice, I'm going to delete the images I don't need, because they're just duplicates. So it should be 5 images in all. Okay, so I'm going to use these 5 images, but I don't know where I want to place them yet. So what I can do is choose an image, and then you choose Use It. What it does once I close this is that it gives me that image. Now that image is pretty large for this particular poster. So I'm going to click on the image and it gives me another toolbar, and I want to shrink this image. And I want to move it, place it where I want it to be. Now I'm not sure if this is going to be the final place where it's going to be, but for right now it's fine. Okay, now I'm going to choose another image and I'm going to do the same thing. I need to shrink this one also. This is a longer image. I think I'm going to place this down a little lower. I'll choose another image. I like this family. They look very happy. And I'm going to move them maybe about right here. And I'm going to choose, I think I haven't used this one. And I'm going to place, let me shrink this one and place it about right here. Then I'm going to choose my last image. Now you can choose more than one image at a time. So let's say I wanted to choose, or I can click Use It and then I can go and choose another one and click Use It. So I don't have to keep closing this. Now this is my family, so I actually want this one to be in the center, and this one here, which is a little bit behind, right there. I'm going to just move this one. Let's actually move this one here and let me shrink this one a little bit. Okay, so here are my images. Now, your students may want to place them in different ways, and that's fine. And they may have to do things like shrink them. They can actually superimpose them. Let's say, for instance, I just want part of this one showing. I can have an image covering that, or I can have that image behind it. Okay, or I can just move it. Okay. Now, the great thing about Glogster is that it's not just a poster of still images. You can also add video and audio. What I've found is that video is probably a lot easier to use than audio. And the reason is because when you choose audio, you can either link to audio or you can upload audio. I've found that uploading a song from maybe your iTunes folder can take a long time. So it really depends on the speed of your computer, how long it'll take. But video seems to be a little bit easier to use. And so since a lot of music is actually on YouTube, I would suggest you just use YouTube. So I'm going to choose video now, and I'm going to go to YouTube. Now I don't actually have a song here yet. So what I'm going to do is I can look in my own account. Now I have a personal YouTube account, or I can search for a video, and I'm going to type in "We Are Family" and see what it gives me. It actually gives me the Sister Sledge song "We Are Family," which is actually what I'm looking for. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to add this. I'm going to use this to put on my Glog. So now I have a video added also, and I might place it right here. I also went on YouTube just to do research on different videos. And so while I was on YouTube, I found this really cute family song video that I want to use. But it may be hard for me to find that in Glog by just clicking on YouTube and doing a search. So what I can do is go into Share on YouTube and get the link. So I'm just going to copy this link. Then I'm going to go back to Glogster, go to Tools, and go to Video. And I'm going to click on Link and add the web address, the link for that video. Now it's in my file. So actually I can use this at any time I want to use it. And so this is the one I want to use, and I will click on Use It. And so now I have that video also. So when someone is looking at my Glog, if a person clicks on it, and I'm going to show you that in a minute once I save this, then not only are they getting images, but they are also getting video. Now Glogster also gives you the ability to add text. So I want to use a quote that I think is a pretty profound quote that talks about family. Now, when you click on text, there are different ways your text can appear. And you could click on all of these on the side and you may choose one. For instance, I like, let's see, let's do cartoon. So I'm going to click on this format. This will be pretty much the backdrop of my text. And I've already found a quote that I really liked. So I'm going to copy and paste this quote. I'm going to make sure I put the whole quote there and who says the quote. So this was just another website of quotes. Now, of course, your students can create their own quotes and create their own text. But I thought this one was very fitting. So I'm going to click on my text box. And actually, if I double click it, it'll highlight the text. I can highlight that and then paste my quote in. It also gives the website for where I've gotten that quote. So if you want your students to definitely cite their quotes, you have the URL for the quote. So now I have the quote. Now you'll notice, let's say I put it right here, you'll notice that you can't see the entire quote. But once I save this, I'll show you how you can actually scroll to see the rest of the quote. So this is it's not the prettiest Glog. I know in fact I have an extra picture here. Let me delete it. However, let's say I want it to look this way. Now what I'm going to do is save it. And I'm going to name it The True Meaning of Life, or whatever you would like to call it. Okay, and I can add tags. This will be public. I'm going to go ahead and add some tags. I'm going to add family, meaning of life. Oops, let's go back. We can actually have family and then hit enter. Meaning of life, hit enter. Oops, family. I didn't mean to just put life by itself. And I could put school assignment, enter, and any other tags that I would like to have. You don't have to tag your Glog. It's up to you whether you want your students to tag it or not. And I've made it public. That means that everyone can see it. Now, the benefit of making it public is that if you want to post your Glog to something else like a blog or a wiki, then you're going to have it public. It can't be private. However, if you just want it for yourself, you can make it private. So I'm going to click Finish Saving. And here is the Glog URL. And this is if you want to post to different things. Right now I'm not worried about posting it, so now I just want to view it to see how it looks. This is what other people will see when they see my Glog. They see the title of it, they see that I've created it, and also this is how it will appear. Now going back to, and I'm going to go ahead and click on show full size just so you can see it. Now going back to the text, you can't see the entire text, but if you hover over it, you'll see the scroll down button. If I scroll down, I can read the entire thing. Now if I do want it to show in its entirety, I can always make that larger. So it just depends on how I want my Glog to look. So granted, I could probably make this a little bit prettier and fill out more space, but this is the idea of creating your own Glog. I hope this has been very helpful, and thanks for listening.